Hi guys, this is Practiphile, and today we're gonna talk about the new IM from Celest, or from Kinura. It's the Relentless. It's a 1DD 6 balance armature IM. You saw the unboxing. What do you think about the design? I think they're pretty good. Yeah, it looks like it's closer to the design of Kinera. It's like they're moving in that direction. Remind me of some of their models, like I can't remember, but yeah. What do I think about this? So yeah, so moving on to the design again, they look really good. Chimera and Celeste, they have good eyes on the design, and just matching everything. The cable is, I think, similar to, I'm not sure, I think the Phoenix Call. It has the same feel to it, although this one here is like interchangeable connector, so which is nice, which is a nice addition. If you feel like the set is underpowered, then you can just use a 4.4 balanced. Anyhow, thank you so much Hi-Fi Go for sending this set for review. This is on tour, and I think this is around $169. That is quite pricey in relation to the current IMs that are being released now. So I've heard a lot of the SimGot Super Mix 4 and the EM10. It's just, and they're cheaper. There's the Nova, there's the Affle Explorer. Now this one here is in a very tight spot. I think it's not cheap, so it's almost in the binary Chopin category, or even the Duno Falcon Ultra, which I really like, and even more expensive than the Nova. And so there are just many things to consider when buying this one here. But yeah, let me just move on to how it sounds, or how it graphs. So let's move on to how it graphs. First, they look like this. The graph looks like this. So that is the objective. Yeah, the gain is pretty much fine. There's a little bit of peak around the 8 to 10K. I'm pretty sure that's Coupler resonance, but however, you see that 1K recession over there that sometimes makes vocals kind of like drowned out a bit. So I'd say this is a classic V-shaped IM. It's not even a U-shape, because you can hear the bass. It's very pronounced, and there's also that elevation in the treble. And yeah, they sound fun, but I mean, if you are into that classic V-shaped signature, which is, this time it's smoother, not like before. I mean, before the V-shapes are just very aggressive, and they're fun, but it can be very fatiguing. Now here, you hear that the treble is a little bit forward, but in a safer way. It seems like cymbals have their own, or the treble have a little bit of body to, compensate for the gain. Yeah, that's how I think about it. And I'm gonna talk about how it sounds with the scoring here. So let's move on to the score. For tuning, yeah, my perfect score for tuning is 3. I think this is just a 2. It's not because, yeah, maybe it's just average. If it hit just a little bit of my bass shelf, because it actually hit my gain area, but I feel like, it may differ for you. It's just for me, I feel like this is, just a 2, just average for me. It's not really offensive in a way, but not also, maybe it's just my HRTF. I feel like this is, like a fun classic V-shaped sound. For the bass is fine. Since it's elevated, you feel like it's, it's enveloping. There's a lot of mid bass there. Recently though, the bass is, I don't know, maybe it's their DD, but still it's not tighter. It's not really the kind of bass that I would want, because I want a lower bass shelf so that the bass can be very tight. But maybe for people who like bass, it might be, good for you. But for me, maybe it's just a 2. So tuning 2, bass 2. For the mids, mids probably also a 2. There's nothing really particular that stands out to me for the mids. I mean, they sound okay. Sometimes the male vocals can be thin sounding because of that recession again in the 1K region. I hope it's elevated a bit. That can bring fuller vocals and more forward for my preference. So mids on these is just a 2 for me. Treble though, yeah, the treble is actually nice. As I've mentioned, they are actually natural sounding in a way that the cymbals don't sound splashy in a way. I can recognize which the hi-hats are, their diameter or something like that. So I guess I'm giving it 2.5 for the treble. However, it may be too forward for some, so bear that in mind. Other than that, 2.5. And for the technicalities, yeah, I get good depth and height, a very good sense of separation actually. So maybe for the text I'll give it 2.5 as well. It's almost holographic in nature, and that's something to keep in mind. And so how much is that? Let me just calculator. So that is 11. Let's see, 11 for me is actually B. Yeah, it's B. It's fine just because of the price. If it was priced maybe like sub 100, it could compete with the EM6L and other stuff. But it's just that it is in a very tight spot wherein like already good IMs are in that area. Like even the Apple Performer 5, they are discounted less than 100. Binary Chopin, the what's this one, the Falcon Ultra, you can get that. There's SimGut EA1000. There's a lot of IEMs that are good under 200, and it's not that I feel bad. Maybe there are people who like the design. It's still a good buy, I think, but there are just better options. It's if it was released like a year ago, it could have it could have its own spotlight, but I don't think it can compete with the other budget offerings. Now for comparison, what do I compare it with again? Let's say for example, yeah, the Performer 5, the Performers 5, maybe, I don't have it with me, but the Performer 5 would sound more, maybe cleaner in the bass. Maybe the treble would be more natural on this one, because sometimes the Performer 5, I find treble can be a bit thin sounding, but maybe not with this case, because it cuts off the frequencies after 10K, I believe, so that makes it, that helps with the body of the treble. And let's see, what else can I compare it with though? Binary Chopin, it's just better. Chopin is just way better. It sounds more, the Chopin sounds more open because it has a cleaner mid-range, a tuck at maybe 200 or 300. The bass is also more impactful in the Chopin. I don't know, like I can't think of anything that the Relentless is like. I don't know, maybe I can't really think of any. If you like the design, this is Relentless. Bye.